back. Just about to get this thing all hooked up and put it on the old head so we can get started. Let's do it! So excuse the dungeon. So this is the Battleship Crazy Horse. Leather from Acadia Leather over in Maine. What I wanted to point out here, and I didn't film it because I forgot, is that before I lay out my pattern for my tote bag, I pretty much take every hide I get and I do a straight line. I just do a straight line on every hide as soon as I get it, or not as soon as I get it, but when I go to work on it. Very first thing I do is a straight line before I lay out my patterns, because if I want to make a strap, I have a straight edge to do it on. So so I always take my big long ruler and just cut a straight line. And then because I know I'm making a tote bag, I kind of lay this out to see how things are going to lay out for the bag itself. But so after I cut the straight line, I take my strap cutter and I set it for 1 inch, and I always start my straps off at 1 inch wide. And so I cut enough strap material to be able to do my two straps for my tote bag, basically like this one here. I usually just lay a little bit of paper down on my workbench. I get a lot of comments about the, well, in the past I did, about my my foam brushes that I like to use. You'll get reusable plastic glue spreaders, and I tried, I really did. I like the foam brush. Let that dry up. This bag calls for a 31 inch strap. Because I'm cutting this down to 3/4 inch, I don't have to get this. Well, you gotta get it as close as you can because you're still running it through my strap cutter. Got a little bit of glue there. The struggle is real, people. The struggle is real. I know what you guys are all thinking. What is this kid doing? Would have been done by now. this is not a how-to YouTube channel. Now, what I do now is I shorten this up a little bit. An eighth of an inch. An eighth of an inch long, a little longer than what my finish would be. Oh, yeah. Try to keep this as close to the fence here. I call this the fence or the guide. And then what I do is I flip it over and I change the to my final, and my final is 3/4 inch. And where did I come up with that with? I don't know. Don't know. I actually think maybe it's because of the hardware I originally bought was 3/4 inch. Okay, look at that. So let's cut this off. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. There's one. Okay, so next thing is take my beveling tool. This is a size 0. Okay, so now that I finished up beveling them, I don't usually burnish the edges at this point. So now I just take, just make sure this is set properly. I usually do an 1/8 of an inch. That looks about right. So like I said, I don't usually burnish the edges just yet because I could spend all this time burnishing the edges and then I mess up on my stitching. So I'd rather get the stitching done first. You never know with me. Alright, so I got those marked. Let's go over to the sewing machine. I don't have any, I do have a bobbin. Well, I didn't plan this out right, did I? I could have done this all beforehand. You know me. You know me. Never prepared. I don't think things through before I start. Just keeping it real, my friends. I should just shut up. You don't need me. Oh, I should mention, I got an email from Texo, reaching out to me. I mentioned before in my videos I had a lot of problems with this thing, getting this thing set up. And you know, that's been almost a year since I originally bought this thing, and I was having all kinds of problems with the tension. And well, long story short, I get an email from Ron over at Texo. Said that he was going through the emails of our conversation with the, I forgot who I was having a conversation with, about all the problems I had, and they wanted to know if I actually resolved the problems, and to see if I needed any further help or anything. And they said that they actually upgraded or did something with the presser foot and the feed dog. They have a new one of these that are more smoother, I guess, and a new spring in here. And he wants to he first asked if I was still having problems with it, and I said yes. I said I'm still not happy with the results. I do have to pound out all my marks. And he said that he could just send me the I want to put this up here in the middle someplace. This is going to be up on the shoulder, so you won't. He said he can send me the new parts, but if I was still having an issue, that I could send back the whole top head unit and send them my leather that I commonly use, and they'll get the whole machine tuned perfectly for the leather that I use. And so I'm thinking about doing that. Thinking about just sending them back the whole sewing machine, and sending them, you know, my Wicked and Craig and the Horween leather and all a bunch of small pieces, and let them, my needle, might even send them a spool of the size thread that I use, and see if they can fine tune this thing where it won't leave. You know, if I could show you, you could see how that. Can you see that? Oh, it leaves a trace mark. So the only thing is that I would have to. They said that they would pay for the all the shipping cost. Just I have to send it back to them in the original box, which I have, and the original packing material, which I have, and I can send it back to them. They are in Canada, and they will set up the whole shipping process, and I can ship this back out to them. And then they'll do everything they can to make it right and tune it and perfect for what I need it for, and then ship it back to me. Which I want to do. It's just I'm assuming this is going to take some time away from my machine. And I really hate to be without my machine for a couple of weeks. I mean, God forbid I have to hand stitch. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I have to give that some thought on what I should do there. So I should just send it back to them and just suck it up not having my machine for, I'm assuming it's going to take a good couple of weeks or even more maybe. I probably should just send it to them. But isn't that cream color look good with this Battleship? I'm getting excited for this one. So what do I do when I get here? I try to get a little close, and then I lift up the and then I'll hand stitch it. See, I hand stitch. I just want to make sure it goes into that same hole. And I go like 3 or 4 times. So what I do now is I make sure my stitches are nice and tight. You can see this trace line right here. It's not bad. When on this leather, it's not bad. But all right, let me finish the other strap. So I take this and I'm gonna use this to burnish my straps. So I basically just use this 2x4 that I showed you guys before in some older videos. So like I don't know if I'm gonna dye the edges or not, I might just keep them natural. So I'm just gonna finish up burnishing these two straps. These two Battleship crazy horse straps. I'm gonna finish up burnishing those up, and then I'll probably put some Smith leather balm on it, and that will call it for the day for me today. So you're gonna have to stick around for the next video when I make the bag itself. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.